Mr Chairman, and I'm very happy to reply to the Honourable Leanne Dalziel, particularly about the regulatory impact statement process. And I'm sorry, I had thought I had explained to you, but I'll explain it for the House. I have huge respect for Leanne Dalziel and the regulatory impact work that she did as Minister of Commerce, and indeed the bill that I have later in the urgency motion is virtually entirely her work, and which I'm carrying on. But let me just explain the separation of the regulatory impact statement process from the bill, because this wasn't done lightly or for capricious reasons. And it was because we actually do have a harder hitting regulatory impact statement process as a result, which you're actually able to comment on, and you're actually getting what the departments think. The difficulty that I discovered on becoming Minister was that because the regulatory impact statements attached to the bill, they were actually seen by the departments as belonging to the Minister. And so the view was the regulatory impact statement was the Minister's, and the department would write a regulatory impact statement reflecting what the Minister wanted. And I was very keen that we have a regulatory impact statement process that's, if you like, a step removed away from the Minister, that the Minister has to get up and explain their reasoning for their bill, and that the regulatory impact statement is a sort of technical analysis of the impacts of the bill. I wanted the departments to sign off on the regulatory impact statements. They were quite resistant to do that, and I discovered that because they felt a divided loyalty, because on the one hand they're working to the Minister to promote what the Minister wants, and then on the other hand I was wanting them to write an independent report about what they thought of the bill. And so the way it was resolved with the chief executives and with the policy advisors was to separate the two out, so that the regulatory impact statement would belong to the department and the bill itself would belong to the Minister, and then the departments could write an independent impact statement, which then the ministers would have to get up and defend. I fully accept the Honourable Leanne Dalziel's point that the difficulty then is the availability to members of Parliament, and I think we need to figure out a way around that. But just bear with me and consider the importance of having a harder-hitting impact statement that ministers then have to get up to defend, and an impact statement that clearly the ministers can't direct on. So that was the logic of it. I hope that makes sense. Thank you.
I call John Boscowan.
Thank you, Mr Chair. We're debating the name of this